Hello everybody, and welcome back to day 37 of our Blueprints adventure. Last episode, we practically found out, like, all of the key secrets of Danny or whatever his name is exactly, Ravane. Who, as we figured out, is the highly likely blackmailer of Herbert Sinclair. I want to grab a few of these because my hope is today we're doing the shrine, and I want to check number 46 as the shrine, if at all possible, assuming that we actually can get the shrine to show up. Alrighty, and of course we didn't, but we do have a classroom, and I have been meaning to come back to this one. So, the tomb I don't think is our one with this. Well, we actually, I think, already determined where we think the secret wall is. We think it's behind the why am I an idiot? Behind the trading post room. And I don't believe there's anything in there for us to grab, at least not to my memory, so we're just going to turn it around today. I will say there is going to be a pause in today's episode just because I took a long time with the stream today, and therefore for me to get all the videos that I want to get done, we're going to be a little bit over what was intended time for me to record, which means that I will have to pause in the middle of this to go to a class and then continue it later. Let's start with the den. We're going to be going after as many classrooms as is possible today, but, you know. Corridor, pretty nice. I do like the start with the corridor, despite it being actively kind of a weaker start, basically, and the breakfast nook. So, yeah, let's go off the den. Yeah, let's go off the den just because I like starting den days. And let's get me, early conservatory. That's actually nice and neat. We do want the parlor because the classrooms cost gems. So I think I'm going to dodge the conservatory for right now just because I don't think it's actually technically necessary for us. But I do want to try and make as many classrooms as is possible. And I know that this is kind of rough for what we're after, but yeah, no. Okay. Boom, boom. That's cool. I did want to see while we're in here today if I can't find anything that seems a little bit over the top, like confirming of some information. But that'll be something I think we're going to be figuring out as we go through today. Is there anything weird about the numbers? That is something I actually wanted to think about here, because -1 times by 2 is -2, plus 3 is 1. -4 is -3, plus 5 is equal to 2, times by 6 is 12, -7 is 5, plus 8 is 13, divide by 9 is a weird fraction, and my entire idea has kind of just fallen apart. Womp womp. Okay. Well, I wanted to check that, just see if I could figure anything into here with some wind-up keys. And hopefully we get a nice, neat little start for this. The gems are not in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are in this box. So if this is true, then this is false. Meaning the gems are not in this box, meaning the gems must be in this box. Meaning this is a false. This is a false. Ah, but then that's false and that's not true. So, if this is false, meaning the blue box is false, the gems are not in this box, meaning this is true. Or this would be the gems are in this box. And this is... Yeah, but that can't work because at least one must be true. So... the gems are in this box. Black box is true. Gems are not in this box. This seems to be the odd one out that just says neither of these can be in there without it being a paradox. I think it's this, and we're going to burn a key. Yeah, I'm like, the other two are paradoxical, I believe, so there's no way that that is the case. Alright, we want a straight. That's perfect. Spare green room is wonderful for us. No items or anything for it. Alrighty. And the commissary is kind of nice. The library could be good too, though, because the classroom is considered a rarer room. I think that we want the commissary because we have a bunch of money, and early money is best spent getting a bunch of stuff, and boy howdy. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That is exactly what I kind of want out of today. That is exactly what I wanted out of today, is literally something I can spend all of my money on. And yeah, that's good. That's really great, ain't it? I would say let's take this classroom. However, the problem is its location is bad. We need kind of rotation effects for that to matter. We'll grab the ivory dice. We'll grab this, and let's continue on with our day. I would say let's do the library here, but like this is a really bad location for that library. It's a reroll in my opinion. Yeah, and classroom's always nice for us. Alright, this is grade 2. We already know of grade 2 being the math room. It is nice to see all of the math stuff still here. Again, that's, neat. Alright, let's go here. I actually really want to try and keep, things to a minimum, so I don't want the pool today. Boudoir, using our boudoir again would be pretty nice. I would have liked it to be another classroom and just chain the classrooms together, but, it is what it is. We do what we get. And, alrighty. Honestly, library might be good here. Just because that'll give us more rare rooms, meaning more likely a classroom. Yeah, I think we do that. I know that I should probably take the nursery, but I'm wanting to confirm today that we get that. Okay. Yeah, there's more. We need to get Realm and Rune figured out. It's nice to see that they've expanded this list, but yeah, we need Realm and Rune ordered and put in. Okay, and I do not get to test that for a while because somebody didn't get a key. Retro. And the other issue is we're low on steps now and having to run all the way back down. This is kind of rough. Okay, what can I get for it? I mean, we're going here, so that's nice. Can take this. That is a key, technically, for the library, but we will probably not use it right now. This would just be 2 doors. So it'd be a straightaway. So this is a reroll. Courtyard, we do have a shovel. It is kind of a waste of the T-piece aspect of this. But I'd rather do this now while I've still got the opportunity to really make some use off of the door, rather than hope and pray to luck that things, you know, continue to work for me. And classroom is exactly what I want off of this anyways. Alright, grade 3. This is the periodic table of elements. Ooh, hall pass. You will not lose steps traveling between 2 adjoining hallways. Hallways drafted from an adjoining hallway do not cost... Ooh, that's a new item. Okay. Yep, and we've seen this one because, yeah, this is the secret of, you know, science code, which, fair enough. Alrighty, we want a T-piece here. Redraw. Redraw again. Redraw again. God, you have to curse me. Redraw again? Redraw again? Okay, I'm going to take the music room because the key is the better option out of all of these. I would have loved to have gotten to go into that, you know, ooh, secret garden key. Is that one of the major keys? Give me a second. Have I already noted that? I believe I did, but I want to check. Okay. Alrighty, off we continue. Would love more classrooms. Morning room is pretty good. Yeah, we'll do the morning room. I'm kind of happy with my steps so far, so I'm not too overly worried about things. I could pop that open, but I kind of want to keep my keys right now. Mail room is effectively something I should be trying to do at some point. Let's do the hallway here. I know it's a waste of a T-piece, but I'd rather keep that over my redraws, you know, or over my redrafts, my rerolls. Yoink. Awesome. Special. Just use a key. Yeah. Alright, chapel's at least pretty good here because the likelihood of us getting enough straightaways to keep going off of that corridor is next to 0. Take a gem. Yoink. We'll leave it open as an opportunity for right now, but yeah. God. Redraw. This is a lab. This is a lab room, I think. Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I probably should take this now. Ooh, ballroom has some usages. Ballroom is actually useful for today. But Geist bedroom does help us out a lot. Let's do Geist. Let's do Geist and just accept it. Okay. Yeah, we'll take the Geist bedroom. And let's go here, and what we'll do is we'll use the network to connect to other stuff. Let's see here. Oh, you know what I realized I didn't do last time? I didn't go and bring us to the I didn't bring us to the planetarium at the end of the last day. Let's set our dice to 2 every time we find some trash while digging. That way I can be a bit more over the top in using my dice today, basically. And I can just, you know, spam my dice and try and get through some stuff. We actually should Secret Garden here, I think. It's worth it. It gives us extra stuff. Before I dig, let's go through and do this, and then let's also open up, you know, the other door for us. So give me a second, I'll be back. Alrighty, lever flipped. Let's go open some doors real quick before I dig that, and it gives me, you know, negative stuff. Honestly, this is a decent spot for a classroom, in all honesty. Oh my god, study. Ooh, that is a really good study. That is a really good study. Yeah, we take the study there. Yeah, we take the study. Give me that gem. Give me that gem. Get ready for rerolls like none other. We've got rerolls booked today. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, it isn't really worth digging into this. We're gonna reroll this here first. Again, we're wanting to use the gem rerolls first. Or not the gem rerolls, the dice rerolls first. Awesome. That is a new grade, and I see a world map. That's important for us. I was hopeful that when I dug that, that would give me something. I am now saddened. Okay. Kennel will be a huge benefit for us today to grab as well. Alright, classroom number 4. Oh! Sick. Oh my god. That is huge. The Seeker of Signs. What the frick? The outer circle? Oh, those are those. So, Mora is what we are. Oh, Morajai must mean something like Earth puzzle or something? God, this is... Okay, this is insane. I'm starting to see some things here. Yeah. Mamora. Sorry, I'm like, I've got a lot of screenshots to take. This is going to be important. Isles of Orsay. Like, this is a major puzzle day now. So those are those islands right there. The Devoted Moon, the Rogue Moon. Wait, I'm sorry. You're saying that this is a planet with 2 moons, one of which is a submoon? Do you know how rare that is to have happen? Like, that is next to impossible. This sigilling matters somehow. That's important. Hang on, and obviously, I mean, this is important too. Wait, Morajai is a country? Moraven. What the frick? 8 degrees. What? Oh my god, the 9 stones matter. The stones are a freaking thing. What the frick? What the frick? This is insanity. The South Key. And that is the 8th. That's insane. Okay, so there is a lot to be understood from all of this. Why is there an eye there? And then this, the spiral of stars, is just crazy. What the frick? Sacred circle 8. The rotation of 8 is 246 somehow. That what? This is insane. We do, however, now know all of the names of the locations. Kararka, Vera, and Morajai are the missing names that we've been after. Oh my god. Geography of Fen Ares, that's important. Oh my god, the lore. Oh my god, the sigils! They're free! Oh my god, the sigils are free. The sigils are free. The sigils are free. I hope this isn't a political statement. Oh my god, Kathleen. Oh. Oh, you do not know how beautiful this is, Shami. Okay. This is quite literally just a freebie. This is free. This is free. I need to find the classroom in my notes. But, yeah, I'm going to be back in a moment, and then we're going to be solving all of the other ones. Seeing as they have now basically told themselves to me. So, what we already know is that the mountain is Arch Ares, which is that top one. The red pentagon is Fen Ares, which is correct. And Araja is the bottom one and is the hourglass, which is purple. Meaning that this one has got the diamond and the hourglass incorrect on it, which is the incorrect 2 of the set, I believe. Meaning this one right here by Patricia actually tells us all of the realms right here. Because, yeah, we can just cross-reference what we've got up there on the board with what's here for us to figure out. So, nuance is that one, which is the diamond. Diamond is nuance. Okay. And then the arch, or the half donut, or whatever you want to call it, up here at the top is the other one that we've messed up so far. So orange is that one, arch is that one, and the weird thing is pink. Okay, so pink is Vera. Orange is Kararika. And this is Morajai. And we don't know the colors that go with the arch, actually. That is the only one that we don't know the color of. The others we've got colors for. But yeah, no, that's huge to us to have figured that out. This room single-handedly just gave us, like, so much more info. Is Eclipse... Wait a minute, in Eclipse? We've heard of that before. That's a ball. The in Eclipse ball. That's important. The in Eclipse ball is the backwards... Why is the in Eclipse so important? The in Eclipse is everywhere. Hang on, wait a minute. Hold the phone. The in Eclipse is on the entry to room 46. What day is the in Eclipse ball? Like, I know that that's something that's important to us, but the tree is like, oh my gosh, okay. Like, the eclipse is hyper important, as we know, because it is first off the missing key to the garden that's outside. I'm pretty sure, based off of the tree and the heart that we're missing, as part of that. The other thing that's important to know about it that we know of from the eclipse being here is now it's on the door. So the eclipse is mentioned here. Okay, that's huge. Now, if only I knew what day it was, or when it shows up. Yeah, this one is a political statement. Doesn't give the grade because of it, but yeah, we already know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4 correct, which sounds right anyways. And then this is 5 out of 7 because it has 5, and then it messes up. It messes up Morajai with Vera. So, yes, that is good. Okay. Let's continue on. Never mind. Let's not continue on because it looks like we're about to run out of steps. It better not be the end of the day already. I would actually, I think, cry if that's the case. Please don't have this amazing information day get squandered by the fact that the day didn't want to give me keys. Please, I don't want to have wasted this wonderful day that we've got set up for us. I need keys. No. Okay. Right, and then into the courtyard. Have we gotten... There's a banana. That's an extra 3 steps. That's another banana. Another 3 steps. Another banana. Another 3 steps. Okay, up we go. Pray that this gives us stuff. Redraw. I kind of need a confirmed key. Kennel is a confirmed key. Give me good luck, dog, please. I need it. And then give me a key. No. God. Okay, spend a gem. +1 key for every bedroom in the house, thank God. I'm like, +1 key. Okay, boom, 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 boom. That's a little bit early for when I would like to have popped that, but that's a day save. Okay, alright. Let's go finish where we were. Library might be a valid option here. Nah, it's not really. It's just about as valid. You know what? Library is just about as valid as an option as the other one. Let's do it. Because that guarantees that we're going to get some stuff. I wish that you had, like, some food in you. Oh, hey, commissary, you had some food in you. Thanks for that, actually. There's a banana. Man, I love just grabbing a million bananas as my meals for the day. Okay, alrighty. Open the door. Need me another classroom, I guess. Alrighty. Here we go. Let's do it. That's another apple. There it is. Interesting. Grade 5. Art class. Okay. Deer and deer. Car, plane, flan. Interesting. It's kind of weird. Oh, and those are all the pairings that exist. Wow, that's nice. Clock and lock. Yeah, this is just meant to be a hit, I think. Oh. Art program. Draw two things that share all but one letter in the name. Anyways, point being, acorn and corn. Yeah, that one's pretty good. A. Ha. Spelling incorrect. Tooth and tooth. And two. Incorrect spelling. Yeah. Oh, robot and root. Ha. Ha. I understand it. That's why the B is there. Okay. That's funny. That's interesting. I like that. This is a nice room. It's really simple. It just tells us some stuff, so nothing new, I think, from this, but I do have to go add it onto the secrets of the classroom. And I'm back. A few hours later, we're back, continuing this absolutely messy day because, I started taking the notes, realized what time it is, and was like, okay, I need to head to my class that I was going to head to. So, yeah, we're continuing on with where we left off. Oh, okay, alrighty. I mean, obviously we're taking redraws here because this is pretty nice. I think we want to do something like this so that we have access to more rooms. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming the goal with the classroom is to get all 8 of them in a day. I would assume so, at least. Let's see here, yeah. Let's go this way first, just because I feel like it. We can do a redraw, I guess. Let's do a redraw. Honestly, storeroom here is pretty solid. Grant's Keys gets me another gem. Pretty good, if I do say so. Alright. And, oh god, I forgot how little steps I had left with the day. And how much I'm pushing. Okay. Yeah, redraw that. This needs to be... See, I want to take dining room almost. Because that dining room is actually, like, possible to work with. The problem is it's also like, yeah, no, reroll. Mechanarium here. This guarantees a corner at least. I know that. I don't know. Is there anything else that would be pushed? No. Nothing else would. So this would only have the extra door out of it. Oh, the lab. Okay, so we'd get a lever out of it too. Let's take the bedroom because that, gives me steps. Has a chance to give some nice items. It didn't. Okay, unlock this. Kinda was hoping for a classroom facing the other direction, but we can make that work. We'll do this. Grade 6. Oh my, interesting. Wait, am I gonna watch a movie? Ooh, okay. This is interesting. Yo, let's go. Oh my gosh, this is the Arindia v. Fen Ares War. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna take my screenshots just as I can. That's the ascension to the throne. Interesting. This is the construction, or sorry, the deconstruction of the railroad. Interesting. That's the new Fen Aries. Yeah, that's the new court. Interesting that there's a blimp there and the red flags and whatnot. That's interesting. So they were still using the King Angel. Interesting. Okay, and that just repeats. Okay. Who was first crowned ruler of Fen Aries? That was, that would be, yeah, it was General Teskin, I believe. Which city in Fen Aries is named after the historical figure? Wouldn't it be Fen? It might be, it is Reddington, I believe. How many sons did the fourth king of Arindia have? And how long did the War of the Fifth Era last? This one is huge, because I think it clarifies some lore. Yeah. Interesting. What flag was forbidden to be flown at full staff after the war? That would be the black flag. So, interesting. I think, like, I've just written in the final, or I've written in all the questions here, and I think I'm going to try and figure out the answers. Interesting. So, 4 out of 6, 4 out of 6 here. I don't think it was the entire era. It wouldn't be. Would make sense that Araja wouldn't. 4 out of 6. Did they all get 4 out of 6? This got a 3 out of 6. So yeah, most people got a 4 out of 6 on this. Okay. Interesting. So, General Teskin, I believe, was the first ruler, if I remember the history book. I think it was Reddington? No man has had that many sons. Logically, I don't think that's plausible. The War of the Fifth Era, the entire era, 22 years, 12 years, Chris. Interesting. So, anyways, we know 6 is the black flag. Like, the black flag has been banned for an extended period of time. And I do believe history is penned by the victors. That is very true. Very, very true. Okay, let me actually sit and analyze. How many yeah, General Teskin is the one that I believe was the first. Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, like, the war legitimately, like, he's the one who basically has crowned the king there in that picture anyways. So, 4 out of 6, if the black flag is 1, black flag is 1, black flag is 1, so there are 3 out of 6, or 3 out of 5 correct. This guy only has 2 correct otherwise. So all of them got the black flag correction or answer correct. Okay, which realm did not ally with Fen Aries? Araja, Arch Aries, Arch Aries. Okay, so these two say Araja, those two say Arch Aries. Nuance is not mentioned. Okay. 12 years, 22 years, Entire era, 22 years. I get the feeling that the entire era is the incorrect one on this one, and that it's 22 years. Yeah. Is there... Hang on. I need to look at the map real quick, because I know I took a picture of that for this exact purpose. Oris. Oris is a... Yeah, Oris is a town. Yeah, but isn't... Yeah, because it was King Oris, I believe, right? I don't think it's Reddington. It might be Reddington. I'm not sure. I'm uncertain is the problem. Okay, Oris is definitely, if I remember right, a historical figure. Let me check real quick. I will be back in a moment. Yeah. Okay. I can confirm Oris is the town name. So, Oris is the next one that's correct here. So you still have 3 correct on here, which I'm inclined to believe is the 22 years Araja and General Teskin, based off what we know. Because I believe it is General Teskin. In fact, give me another second while I go check, but I believe... Fensurrection, Restoring Order, Gardens of Fen. On that very next day, the 6th of October, Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. It is not General Teskin. It was not General Teskin. It was... It was Learson. Influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch, Aries, and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw it buried 1 in every 3 men. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won. Oris had fallen in with at the realm. So, Prince Learson was not the king. It was Teskin. It was 22 years. And Arch, Aries, and Nuance joined in, so it's a Raja. So, this person has 4 out of 6 correct, as we can see up here. Meaning that... This is correct, this is correct, this is correct. These 3 are all correct. This one is incorrect because it's Oris. And then it's one of these 2 that we know. I'm inclined to say it was General Teskin because I remember the statement of General Teskin being an important character. But I thought General Teskin... Yeah, Desolates is incorrect on this one. This one's the incorrect one. The entire era is the second incorrect one, so the rest of these are correct. So it was... So the 4th king of Arindia had 2 sons. Interesting. And then, that just leaves who is the correct ruler... 2 sons, incorrect. 22 years, incorrect. It was General Teskin. Okay, good. Yeah, I figured that was what it was, but I was like, no way that was it, you know. I wasn't sure. I figured that was who it was, but yeah, no. Alrighty, and that just goes right into the back end of that. We won't be using that today. Into this room, We got some digging to do. And... oh! Yep, okay, that was good. That was a good use of that. I needed to remember. I'm like, I should be remembering something, I feel like, and then I immediately remembered it. Alright, open the door. What we got here... it's a reroll. It's another reroll. Let's do the observatory here. And then let's go dig up some more stuff. Hopefully I get trash. Heck yeah. Okay. The observatory should have some benefits for us today, but I kind of want to go up and open this. No, if we're after the classrooms, I want this. Never mind. I'm like, I want the... since when have you been able to get in here? I didn't know those could spawn here. Okay. Cool. More apples. That's a diamond. The slice and... the gem flowers in the green rooms, which sadly I've kind of already gotten through most of them. The better option is to go off the top of the foundation here. I kind of want to open this and hope that it gives a gem. Is that a second? Okay, no, it isn't a second one. I was like, is that a second set of lockpicks? Okay, let's go. You know what? It might finally be time to open the mailroom. I'm like, it might finally be that time to... Alright, order placed. I have not been in here once before, so... yippee! I finally get to look through this one. Interesting. I did already see some stuff. Ooh. Oh, yo, I got 3 letters for me. Okay, that's sick. That's sick. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna get writing some notes real quick, and I will join you back whenever I start reading some stuff. Alrighty, let's take a look. Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane, addressed to Denny Ravane to sender as he no longer is employed at our staff. Did they ever prove he was the one that stole the Baron's mail? Yeah, he said it himself. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mails to the client address to the address client has provided. Hang on, wait a minute. Wait. No. Are you kidding me? I was like, wait a minute, this is everything I need. No. So wait, do you just need to get all purple? Is that what it is? It says more instructions to be sent by mail. Or by email. Okay. Simon, my name is Randolph Moore. I am the lead lab technician at Cinca, and I have worked here at Mount Holly for over a decade. I was thrilled to discover you have found our humble lab and have begun to run some experiments of your own. Tend to keep an eye on the small spikes in radiation levels on the estate, as it's one of the only ways I can monitor your progress from the outside. All off-site connections to the terminal network have been disabled during your stay. There has been much speculation among the staff about the progress you've been making in the house, and they were all quite excited when I reported that you have been successfully running experiments. I wanted to write to let you know that even though you may not see us, we are rooting for you. Best of luck on the experiments, and if you like, I'll continue sending letters with some helpful tips to you. I wanted to yoink that real quick, because that's an important screenshot, because I'm betting the what's it called, the stamps matter. Hey Simon, it's Randolph again. In my last letter I mentioned the terminal network, but it completely slipped my mind to give you the network password so you can log into it. Even with all the offsite connection disabled, you should still be able to use the local network to access different house-based functions from any terminal regardless of where it is located on the estate, which you will likely find useful. The network password is Swan Song. Thanks, Randolph. You were a little late to that one. Granted, kinda my fault for not ever coming and checking this. Also, Simon, can you let me look at the freaking stamp on that one? Dad? Ooh, from Dad. Alrighty, interesting. Hang on. I wanted to grab this. I know we've already done this one. Interesting what it says. Simon P. Jones, Mount Holly Estate of Fen Aries. Dad at 1809 Alice Drive, Fen Aries, 63022. Hey buddy, how's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. Imagine you're happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate, but with all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say, and I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him. So do both of us a favor, be excited. House really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator. P.S. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing Dirigiblocks. I can't even play Dirigiblocks. It's been turned off. Interesting. Okay. So, based off the sizing here, I'm betting there's tons, and I mean tons, of available letters that I can get access to. Interesting. Okay. And tomorrow will be the arrival of the thing at the start of the house. So that'll be nice. Or at the entry hall. Alright. Pop this open. What do we got? Yeah, redraw that. I don't want this to be the end of the day, but I also don't want to just have to call it with saying drawing room here. That's gonna be rough if I go for archives. I should go for... I have to take archives here, though. Alright, let's take it. It's rough to have to hit something like this, but if we need it, we need it. And that's just crap out of luck for me. Okay, lockpick kit. If only. Take the archive. Okay. Yikes. Okay, can I get a classroom? Please? Oh my god, this is probably a classroom? Oh my gosh, it's the clock tower. Oh my god, this is the clock tower. Whoa, okay, that's awesome. Okay, that's cool. God. Okay, that's sick. Also, another spiral staircase where I can do exactly whatever I want. Haha, yes. Okay. Compass. Southward I see a swan, ashen like sands of the shore, carried by westerly winds, rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. Interesting. Whoa, okay, that's cool. Oh, and the clock tower is a rook. Interesting. So that one's paused. That one's also paused. That one's moving backwards. Oh no, those are... Oh wait, no, sorry, they're all moving outwards, but that one is paused at 1:30. I have a horrible idea. That one is paused. Which way is north? So that is northeast, southwest. Southward I see a swan, ashen like sands of the shore, carried by westerly winds, rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. Also, forth is spelled fourth. Interesting. That clock is frozen, like I said. And it says, carried by westerly winds. If this is the westmost thing, like, I know that this is a major puzzle, which is why I'm like, I need to solve this right now. That clock also is set to that time right there, the 1:30 time. Or the floor thing right there as well is set to 1:30. I'm seeing 1:30 a lot here. My brain is thinking this is a context clue. My concern is I do know that time does stop at a certain point. And I am concerned I may have missed my time because of having to go to my class, actually. And that's what I'm concerned about, is did I miss my time? Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I'm thinking I'm going to stand right here, waiting for the 1:30 time to pass. This is going to be a long-winded thing, but I'm going to write some notes while I'm here. And I'll see you guys in a minute, just in case anything at all happens while I'm waiting for this. So, yeah. Well, we are about at that time where I thought it would be lining up, but for some odd reason it doesn't look like it is. I don't know, I got like another 10 minutes of in-game time here until it's supposed to be, you know, lined up. But I don't think that hour hand is gonna jump to right there, and like, to me, these gears just feel like they are moving slower and slower, and that's starting to make me worry. I'm also pretty sure that this hand is not moved, like, once, since it is, you know, ticked into, or lined up with that 1 o'clock, so it might be another hour of in-game time, and it might just be that the clock is a little bit off. I still think as soon as we line up with that, especially seeing that right there, like, it just makes sense to me. It makes sense, like, it seems to be like something that I would expect that to be. I don't know. I'm assuming once the clocks line up, everything will be revealed. So I think gonna get back to waiting. I mean, I'll let it pass. I'll let it tick past, you know, while we're here. I'll see. Are we in the money? I mean, that hand's moved. Are we moving? Is there anything? Anything? Or did I miss the time? This one being as disconnected as it is, permanently frozen there, seems like it's meant to be, you know, telling. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. If it doesn't look like it's possible that these all can line up, then I will move on. Yeah, I'm starting to think it isn't, but I'm gonna wait. I'll see you guys in relatively another minute. Yeah, now, looking at the clock here, I don't think that's plausible. It's already tipped too fast, so I think my idea is I'm gonna try and get the clock tower to happen sooner in the day. I guess just 1:30 in the evening is a bit too late. And therefore, you know, it needs to be 1:30 in the afternoon or something, meaning I kind of have to speed run a little bit to get this to work, but I think in the future that's what we will try to do, because I don't really necessarily know what else it could be. Yeah, no, we are very much in an ouchie for footsteps here now, because we're about to have to run all the way back to the other classroom, and, you know, I don't mean to tell you guys this, but I don't know if we have enough steps for it. I was very hopeful that I would be able to find something there, and that would be the major discovery of the episode at least, but I'm thinking I'm out of luck, because I don't think I'm going to make it all the way back, especially with, you know, nothing for sale, haven't really seen food necessarily. Oh my god, there's an apple. Today might still be alive somewhat. I mean, I'm pushing my luck. I'm pushing my luck with all I got, basically. Right, it's here and then up. I think I needed a key, so I can't take that. Okay. And I can't take that either, because, like I said, pretty sure I needed a key. No luck. Alright, we've got like 8 steps to make it all work. Make that like 3 by the time we're here. God, this is still like the most important thing that we've found. Okay, alrighty. Crap, and of course I don't have one. Redraw. Do I have a nursery? I don't, but now's the time to take the maid's chamber if I'm gonna take it. This is really turning into a rough day. I need something that gives keys. Oh, thank freaking God you gave steps. Oh. Okay. And yoink. Okay. Steps revived. issue is now gems. Issue is now gems, which I don't think we're going to be overly lucky for, but hey, you know, it's worth a shot. And I mean, if not, you know, we've at least survived a fair bit and gotten a lot out of today. 12. 1 squared plus 2 squared is 5. Or 1 plus 2 is 3 squared is, sorry, 9. Forgot about the order of operations there. 3 times by 10 is 30. Divide by 6 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. 2 squared is 4. Times by 5 is 20. Divide by 10 is 2. Times by 6 is 12. Awesome. And a silver key. We can use that immediately, in all honesty, back over here, because many doors. Yep, that's, we drop the drawing room in and hope and pray. I mean, that's our gem. It's also technically our access into there, but as I've said, we don't necessarily care for it right now. Alright. Can I get a classroom? If we're lucky, it's this one. If we're not lucky, we weren't going to get it anyways. Hey, it's the treasure trove. Except I, again, don't have the key to open it. Gosh darn it. Okay. Let me put my next mark on the treasure trove. Another chest unopened. And another day of having to call it quits. Right here. Can I just, you know, pry it open? I think this is the same box, you know, as what was there last time. Can I lockpick this? No, I can't lockpick it. Okay. Sad, sad, sad. Alrighty. Well, with that said and done, everybody, I mean, we made a pretty major discovery today with the whole... well, we've got the clock tower now. We've discovered what I believe is the puzzle, and it's just I need to show up there at 1:30. I mean, the fact that it's etched into the floor like this is insanity. A testament to the unchanging winds of the sacred hour? Interesting. What the frick? Sacred hour? Wait. Did I, like, unintentionally tiptoe my way into something here? Like, I have said to myself I do need to go through and read those at some point in the future. Did I, like... Does this, like, legitimately just imply, like, a major freaking secret here that I have found here? Like, okay, that's awesome. Alright, sacred hour aside, let's call it a day, because I sadly have ran out of steps, ran out of juice, ran out of everything. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. If only we got those classrooms up a little bit more. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. Whoop-dee-doo.